This is our Unitrends Xtra webinar, where you'll find out more about leveraging the power of the Kaseya IT Complete solution stack. So today we have Alan Fink from Prianto introducing the start of the webinar, and then we will hand over to Mark Day, who's a Unitrends Xtra specialist. Just a few housekeeping things before we get started. Please use the Q&A section for any questions that you might have. I'll be monitoring the Q&A section and the chat that we'll go through at the end. Also, when the webinar is finished, you'll be taken to a survey so we can get some feedback from everyone. So please fill this in, it'd be really appreciated, and you could be in the chance to win a prize if you do. So I'm just going to go through the agenda quickly now, and then I can hand over to Alan to get started. So agenda today, Prianto introduction, Kaseya and Unitrends background, Kaseya IT Complete, our secret weapon. So a bit more on what is Unitrends Xtra, the Unitrends Xtra portfolio, and then what's in it for you guys, and then finally the Q&A. So without further ado, I'll hand over to Alan. Thanks everyone for joining, and just a side note, this is recorded.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much, Ellie.
Nice.
So I'm just going to, for the people, there's a lot of people on here that know us really, really well. For the ones that don't, I'd just like to show you a little bit about what Prianto are about, who we are. If you can pop the next slide on, Mark. We are headquartered in Munich in Germany, and although we're not as big in the UK, we cover 15 countries across Europe, have a presence in USA, Canada and Australia, and we're looking at about 160 million euros and 160 plus staff right now, which brings us a very, very broad range of reach and scope in terms of how we can help you with your customers and where they may be located. We're different than the other distributors that you may work with, because we're all kind of experienced in the industry and bring a kind of different slant to the relationship. Everything we do also maps to managed services as well as resell. So our product range has the ability to work well in a managed services environment as well as a resell type scenario. Pop the next slide, please, Mark. And the next one, that's the UK and the UK office. So why would you use Prianto? Well, as I mentioned, our solution stack maps very well to MSP and reseller. We bring a whole range of disruptive technologies to innovate the industry. They all do what they say on the tin, and they challenge the established perceived market leaders and bring better margins to do just as good a job. Lesser known solutions. As an organization, we're very, very hands-on, and our job is to make you money. So we will help with webinars if you want to do presentations to your customers or groups of customers. Martina's link's not working apparently. We also have SE capability to assist with pre-sales. So we don't need. The thing I want to get across is you guys are the relationship experts with your customers. If you broker the meeting with a customer, we will provide the expertise to help them through their decision-making process, scope their requirements, qualify what they need, and then that works into a commercial solution that will be right for them. And Unitrends is kind of like Lego. It all builds together into a full enterprise solution, but you don't have to start with that. You can start with one particular element and build from there. So we will join you on meetings if you need technical or channel assistance, guidance on information, pricing, whatever it is. We will stand up demos for you as well in partnership with Unitrends. In certain scenarios, we get involved in proof of concepts where required. And also for the individuals that look after their own marketing campaigns, if you have an idea and you want to run with something, in conjunction with Ellie in particular, we'll pull together the content you might need to do that. Or we actually have a very good mechanism which we can help you with to actually push messaging out. The idea is to help you open up new opportunities with compelling technologies and make better margins. Next slide, please, Mark. So a very high level, our focus this coming year is around digital workspace transformation and automation. on-premise modernization, and particularly migration to the cloud is a current topic. So cloud adoption, the agility to be able to move towards that, with data center optimization as well at the back end. And current big topics, data analytics, machine learning, and AI forms part of everything we do. Cybersecurity, probably the biggest thing with ransomware, data security, and that brings us on to Unitrends and all the clever stuff they can do with their solutions. And at the end of the day, whatever an end customer might do to protect their data, backup is the last line of defense. So if and when something does go wrong, they absolutely have to be able to recover from a safe store of their data somewhere off-site. And next slide, please, Mark. Got a bit of latency on the rendering. Quick snapshot of our portfolio. You know, we're not a broad-based tens of thousands of products. We've got about 20 vendors. They're all unique in what they do, and different ones will be of interest to different individuals out there. Most of you will know us already and will be working with us in a particular area. But I say this today really is about Unitrends and the Xtra program. So without further ado, I will hand over to Mark and let him tell you more about that.
Okay, thank you, Alan. So yeah, thanks everyone for attending this morning. We'd like to take you through a little bit about this new program with Unitrends called Unitrends Xtra. My name is Mark Hall. I am the Xtra Program Manager for both North America and in what we call EMEA, which is Europe and the Mediterranean and Middle East, as we call it. So yeah, I'll run through this a little bit just at a high level to give you an idea what this program is about. In order to do that, I need to give you a little bit of background about our parent company, whom you may not be familiar with. Unitrends is a business unit of a company called Kaseya. Kaseya is one of the 30 largest software companies in the world. Last year, we were in the range of around $400 million in annual revenue. Global company, offices all over the world, and growing at an extremely fast rate. We have maintained in excess of 30% annual growth year over year for at least the last 4 or 5 years. So growing very, very fast. Kaseya's business is IT management tools for both MSPs and also for small businesses. Well, not really necessarily small businesses, what we call MMEs, mid-market enterprises, which is in the 500 to 3,000 person range in terms of the number of seats. So Kaseya, as I said, has grown very fast, but they realize they've got a couple problems. One is that they have primarily focused on sales into the MSP space for the bulk of their time that they've been around, which is about 21 or 22 years. And they realize that to grow, continue to grow, the way they need to grow, they need to emphasize sales to end users more. And that's where you guys come in, because the Kaseya is interested in exploiting a channel program in order to bring more end users into the fold as Kaseya customers. Now, Kaseya's product line, Kaseya's product stack is collectively referred to as IT Complete, and it can be grouped into these 5 or 6 different categories. There's actually a couple more down here at the bottom, but these 5 or 6 categories cover about 27 or 28 different products. But here in the middle is backup and disaster recovery, which of course is Unitrends and also Spanning, our sister company in the portfolio. All of these products, Kaseya is spending a lot of money on integrations among all these products. What that means for you is that these products snap into each other in a very simple way and share information within each other. And so this makes for a very highly integrated solution when you're using these products. Okay, so let's talk about the Unitrends Xtra program. To sum up the Unitrends Xtra program, it is a program that makes products from this IT Complete portfolio available to Unitrends partners for them to resell to their customers. So this is a broadening of the product offering that you have through Unitrends and also through Prianto. It is a logical extension of what you're currently doing with Unitrends, or actually a logical extension of your BCDR practice, whether it would be Unitrends or another product such as Veeam or Cohesity, or there are a lot of products out there in the backup and DR space, many of whom integrate with products in the Kaseya product line due to Kaseya's favorable position in the marketplace. So this is additional best-in-class tools that you can bring to bear to solve customer problems. These are additional arrows in your quiver, is the way I like to put it. And it's also a competitive differentiator because many of your competitors will not be offering products like this. So the products that we're focusing on initially are these 4 products, and there are some that are sort of also adjacent products that I'll talk about also, but we're focusing primarily on these 4 products. The first one is Kaseya VSA, which stands for Virtual System Administrator. And VSA is the product that pretty much invented the remote management and monitoring space about 20 years ago. One of our engineers likes to say that VSA is the product that enabled managed service providers to become profitable, because for the first time, they didn't have to jump in the car and run down to a customer's office in order to figure out what's wrong with their servers or their workstations. They could do it remotely via a product like VSA. It is truly an industry-leading remote management and monitoring tool and can serve as sort of a centralized dashboard for an entire IT environment. Adjacent products to VSA that we have also sold through the Xtra program would be Traverse, which is a network management and monitoring tool, and also a product called BMS, or the end user version of it is called Vorex, and that is a help desk and ticketing management tool. Second product is IT Glue. IT Glue is a product that pretty much invented its own market about 5 or 6 years ago. It is a product that is an IT documentation tool. Every end user and every MSP struggles with how to accurately document their environment so that when they are troubleshooting problems, when they are performing upgrades, when they're trying to do an audit, any of those things, they have a good source of information that's accurate and up to date about their environment. IT Glue is a very highly automated product that can interface with a product like a VSA, also a number of the other RMM tools in the marketplace, to gather information and then allow also storage of things like passwords. It has a very full-featured password vault. It also can store vendor information. Where was a particular asset acquired? When does its support expire? All of those things, all can be stored in one place. And this answers a very fundamental question, or a fundamental problem, I should say. I believe it's Gartner says that your average IT technician spends 20% of his day just looking for information. If you can centralize all that in a very elegant, automated fashion, then that saves a lot of that 20%. It cuts it way, way, way down into single digits, makes IT technicians much more efficient. And this is a product that has pretty much a universal need. I think just about every customer needs to look at a product like this. The third product is Spanning, which of course is our sister company in the portfolio. Spanning is backup and data protection for Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace, and also Salesforce data. Very highly automated, totally cloud-based, very simple to sell. It's sold on a dollars per mailbox per month basis, and that's it. There are no retention limits. There are no mailbox size limits, any of that. It's a very, very simple product to sell, but is also extremely full-featured when it comes to backup of Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace data. And then the last product is Graphis. Graphis is a product that we acquired, a company that we acquired about 2 years ago after a year or so of being a Graphis customer. Kaseya is a Graphis user internally, as actually we're a user of all these products internally, but we were a Graphis customer before we acquired the company. Graphis is a phishing defense tool for Microsoft 365 and for Google Workspace. So as you know, the primary attack vector for the bad guys these days that results in things like ransomware attacks is phishing emails. So Graphis is specifically oriented toward that. It has an artificial intelligence engine built into it that will automatically detect behavior that looks like it might be phishing. It involves the end users also. We get banners on our emails almost every day saying this looks like it might be a phishing email. If it is, please click here. If that's the case, then that email is then reserved from every other inbox in the domain. And so this is a very sophisticated email security product. For Spanning and for Graphis, we are also sort of adjacently selling a dark web identification product, dark web ID. And dark web ID basically looks for any user in the domain, their credentials are on the dark web. So anytime someone's credentials turns up on the dark web, we fire off an alert to the customer and say, hey, you've got a potential issue here. So that's essentially a service that we sell. That's an adjacent service that we sell with Spanning and also with Graphis. So these are the products that we are initially focusing on. We launched this program in the second quarter of 2021, and it had a very successful launch in 2021. We've done very well, and now we're going wide with it. We're going worldwide, and the program is growing extremely rapidly. So what's in this for you guys? What's in it for our partners? This is an upsell opportunity for the existing Unitrends customers that you may have. Again, this is very highly integrated products. All these products work together. So it's a very simple upsell opportunity, and we can demonstrate that when we demonstrate the product for your customers. It's also a broader, deeper integrated offering for net new customer opportunities that you may come up with. This, again, is more arrows in your quiver. These are additional ways that you can help solve customer problems. This is a first-in advantage at the moment because we offered this initially only to the Unitrends PAC, which is our Partner Advisory Council, and then select new partners. We've only pitched this and worked with about, fewer than 100 partners worldwide so far. So this is a first-in advantage for you because not a lot of people are out there selling these products. That translates to a greenfield opportunity for you, a way to make high margins on these products because there's not a significant competitive profile. And the last thing is that we want to make this a minimal investment. We have experts available in each solution area that are available to work with you to close business. All you need to do is contact us, reach out to Prianto, and Prianto can work with us to make subject matter experts available in any of the products that we just talked about so that we can work shoulder to shoulder with you to help close business. These are both sales and technical resources. So if you need someone to do demos or to do customer discovery or requirements calls, anything like that, we can certainly do that. Also sales, we can work shoulder to shoulder with you to help you close business. And then your Unitrends Xtra specialist, that would be me. We're actually expanding this out to include all of the regional partner management team within Unitrends. So your Unitrends regional partner manager through Prianto is going to be the person that you would talk to and to coordinate any of these resources. Now, anybody who has done a Unitrends deal registration knows that there is a drop-down list on the partner portal for the type of registration that you'd like to do. We have added all of this new stuff at the bottom. These are all the extra products and the products that we have just discussed. So this is available for deal registration now. We are taking deal registrations now. We are closing business now in this program. So you should have no trouble at all registering deals if you come up with them for VSA or for IT Glue or for Graphis or for Spanning, which would be the Office 365 backup or other SaaS backup. So it's all there on the partner portal. And that really is basically it. That's really the introduction to the Unitrends Xtra program. I want to thank you very much for your time, and I think we can throw it open for some questions at this point.
Hi, Mark. Thank you for that. We do have one question here, which is more positioned to Alan, I believe. So what help can Prianto give with end user qualifications or requirements?
Yeah, hi. I don't know if you can see me.
Yeah,
Brilliant. Unitrends product manager here for 3.5 years. I'd say my knowledge is quite expansive. In a previous life, I had customers that were VSA customers. I've sold VSA solutions as part of managed services. I've sold competitive technologies and headset beat. So broad industry knowledge. we would help you with your client engagement. So if you want to know what qualification questions to ask, we would help with that. We would also to talk through the options available. I think my headset's going on the blink. Join you on a end user call to talk through their requirements and help qualify, and give them options around the Unitrends portfolio. What is it? What does it do? What options do I have? They sometimes have different licensing models, and we like to help find the most cost-effective solution for what the customer is trying to achieve. And that's something we've got a lot of knowledge and expertise here we're willing to help you with. So as I say, you don't need to be the product experts. You just need to have a customer with a challenge that you're trying to resolve, and we line up the right resource to be able to support you in the sales process.
Perfect. Thank you, Alan. I think that is all for the questions we have at the moment. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank everyone again for joining. It's really appreciated giving us your time. We hope you enjoyed the webinar, and please, if you can, fill in that survey afterwards and you could be in the chance to win a prize. And then Alan will be in contact as well for follow-up shortly. So yes, thank you guys.
Okay, and I believe there is a randomly selected some special offers potentially coming out for people completing the survey.
Yeah, so one person will win a prize. So please do fill in the survey. It's just finding out some feedback from you guys on potential opportunities and how you thought the webinar went. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining, and I'm going to close it down now. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks very much.
Bye.